Picture this. Ringo Starr, the heartbeat of the Beatles, sitting across from an Oscar-winning director, tearing apart a script that dared to misrepresent his life. "That's not how we were," he declared, slamming the inaccuracies with the same precision he brought to the drums. In a world where Hollywood often bends history for drama, Ringo Starr took a stand to protect his story and the legacy of the Fab Four. What went down in those heated script sessions, and why is this biopic saga already sparking global buzz? Ringo versus Hollywood script. In April 2025, London became the stage for an epic showdown. Ringo Starr, the 84-year-old drumming legend, sat down with acclaimed director Sam Mendes for 2 intense days, dissecting the script for Starr's biopic, one of 4 films chronicling the Beatles' lives from each member's perspective. Set to hit theaters in April 2028, these films promise a binge-able theatrical experience, a cinematic first that's got fans and critics on edge. But for Ringo, this wasn't about glamour, it was about truth. The script, penned by top-tier writers like Jez Butterworth, initially got it wrong, especially when it came to Starr's relationship with his first wife, Maureen Starkey Tigrit. "We would never do that," Starr told Mendes, his voice carrying the weight of a man who lived through Beatlemania's chaos and survived to tell the tale. Line by line, he offered extensive notes, ensuring his life, his love, his struggles, his triumphs, wasn't twisted into Hollywood fiction. By the end, Starr was satisfied, sending Mendes off with his signature peace and love. But the stakes of this project and the drama behind it are anything but peaceful. The script sessions and beyond. Imagine the scene, a cozy London office, walls lined with Beatles memorabilia, as Ringo, still sharp and spirited at 84, flips through pages of a script that aims to immortalize him. Across the table, Sam Mendes, known for gritty, authentic films like 1917 and Skyfall, listens intently. "That's not how we were," Ringo says, pointing out a scene that painted him and Maureen in a false light. Their marriage, which began in 1965 and ended in 1975, was a cornerstone of his life, producing 3 children, Zach, Jason, and Lee, before Maureen's tragic death from leukemia in 1994. Ringo wasn't about to let their story be sensationalized. The media caught wind of this clash, and headlines exploded. "Ringo Starr demands rewrite," screamed The Independent, while The Hollywood Reporter noted Starr's blunt feedback. "I'd say, we would never do that." On X, fans rallied behind him, with posts like, "Ringo's keeping it real. No fake drama for our guy. At Beatles fan for life." Others speculated wildly. Is Hollywood trying to turn the Beatles into a soap opera? At Music Truth X. The buzz on social media amplified the stakes, with hashtag Beatles biopic trending as fans debated whether Mendes could do justice to the Fab Four. Meanwhile, Barry Keoghan, the Saltburn star cast as Ringo, added fuel to the fire. On Jimmy Kimmel Live, he shared how he visited Starr's home, too nervous to even look at the legend as he played the drums. "I want to humanize him, not just imitate," Keoghan said, his voice trembling with respect. "He's absolutely lovely." That meeting, where Starr drummed for Keoghan, became a viral moment, with fans on X gushing, "Barry's gonna nail Ringo's vibe." At Cinemalad92. But some skeptics questioned if Keoghan, known for intense roles, could capture Ringo's laid-back charm. The Beatles' legacy and Ringo's role. To understand why Ringo's script battle matters, we need to rewind to the 1960s. The Beatles, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr weren't just a band, they were a cultural earthquake. From Hey Jude to Let It Be, their music defined a generation and Beatlemania swept the globe. Ringo, often seen as the quiet Beatle, was the steady pulse behind it all. His drumming, from the raw energy of twist and shout to the intricate fills of A Day in the Life, gave the Beatles their groove. But his life off stage, his marriage to Maureen, his struggles with fame, his resilience, shaped him as much as his music. This isn't the first time the Beatles story has hit the screen. Sam Taylor Johnson's 2009 film Nowhere Boy explored John Lennon's youth, and recent biopics like A Complete Unknown, starring Timothée Chalamet as Bob Dylan, show Hollywood's obsession with music legends. But Mendes' project is unprecedented. For interconnected films, each from a Beatles perspective, starring A-listers like Paul Mescal, McCartney, Harris Dickinson, Lennon, and Joseph Quinn, Harrison. Announced at CinemaCon 2025, the cast sent shockwaves through the industry, with Variety calling it the most ambitious music biopic ever. Yet Ringo's insistence on authenticity sets a high bar. As he told People in May 2025, "I'm excited that Mendes has taken the madness of making 4 movies at once." The project scale is staggering. Filming will span a year, with all 4 movies shot concurrently to ensure consistency across the intersecting stories. Mendes, backed by producers Pippa Harris and Julie Pastor, has the blessing of surviving Beatles Paul McCartney and Ringo, as well as the families of John Lennon and George Harrison. It's a testament to his creative brilliance, Harris told Deadline in 2024, noting the band's trust in Mendes. But with great power comes great scrutiny. Fans on X are already dissecting every detail, with some praising the casting. Paul Mescal as Paul? Genius. At Fab Four Forever, and others worried about Hollywood's track record with biopics. Don't mess this up, Mendes. At Music Purist 77. Why Ringo's stand resonates. Here's where I get real. Ringo's fight to keep his story authentic hits me in the gut. In an era where biopics often prioritize drama over truth, think of the backlash against Bohemian Rhapsody for its liberties with Queen's story. Ringo's refusal to let Hollywood rewrite his life is a power move. He's not just protecting his legacy, he's defending the humanity of the Beatles. They weren't gods or caricatures. They were flawed, brilliant men who changed the world. Ringo's notes to Mendes remind us that history deserves respect, especially when it's still living, breathing, and drumming at 84. It's a bold stand against a machine that often chews up truth for ticket sales, and I'm rooting for him to win. Questions to provoke engagement. What do you think about Ringo Starr taking on Hollywood to protect his story? Are you excited for Barry Keoghan as Ringo? Or do you have another actor in mind? Can Sam Mendes pull off this insane 4-film Beatles saga? Or is it too ambitious? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take. And which Beatles biopic are you most hyped for? John, Paul, George, or Ringo? If you're as pumped as I am for this Beatles cinematic universe, smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the wild world of music and movies. Hit the bell so you don't miss our next video, where we'll uncover the secrets behind Paul McCartney's biopic casting. Will Paul Mescal live up to the legend? Stay tuned to find out.